everyone, it's Keren here from tuppencecoloured.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. This is the project I'm going to be making today. It's a clean and simple white note card. So stick with me and I'll show you how it all went together. For the base of my card today, I'm using one of our notelets, and these come in a pack of 20 and they're pre-cut and pre-scored. And they come with the envelopes are the perfect size. So that's going to be the basis of my card today. And I've gone ahead and I've cut some pieces out using my botanical builders. So I've cut myself a large flower in Whisper White, and that one is in silver. And I've cut some of the leaves in vellum, and some of the little teeny tiny flowers I've cut in the silver glimmer paper. And I've cut the middle of the flower in the silver, and I've got a little piece of vellum left over for the message. So I'm just going to go together now, and I'm going to start to bring this together and assemble it. But first of all, I've got my wink of Stella, and I'm going to put this on my flower. I've got the clear wink of Stella. We do it in clear and gold. I'm just going to run this over the petals of my flower. I'm not taking any particular care about it. I'm just brushing the wink of Stella just over the edge, and it is very, very subtle, but it is there. And it just catches the light. It's really, really pretty. It's like, it's not in your face, you know, it's not, whoa, glitter, but it is there. It's just so, so delicate and so, so pretty. And I love, love, love this stuff. Okay. So I'm going to, sorry about that, that is my husband's mobile phone, which is making its way off the table. I'm just going to return it to safety. And as I'm filming this, it's quite early on Sunday morning, which is probably never good for me. And my husband is still in bed because the two of us, we have had flu. And this is why, if I sound a bit croaky, that is the reason. And believe me, it is taking dedication to get up and film this video today. So I hope you'll forgive me if it's a short and simple one today, because I really haven't been well. Oh dear me. And if I have to break off suddenly and cough, I do hope that you will forgive me. Okay. Alright, so that's our main element. And as you can see, the white on white, isn't that pretty? So I'm going to start assembling this onto the front of my card. And I'm going to do it direct on to the front of the card. So I'm going to do a little bit of positioning where I want things first. And then we're going to see. Now, any glue that you put on the back of vellum, you are going to see. That's just the nature of the beast. That's just the way it is. So, if you're clever, you will position your adhesive so that it is covered by something else. Now, in this case, I'm going to cover the adhesive with the main flower. So that's okay. So I'm just putting everything down very, very carefully. There we go. So while the glue on those elements is setting, I want to put a sentiment for the front of my card. And I'm going to be using this stamp set, Greatest Greetings, and I haven't actually used this before. This was a brand new one to me, and I thought that rather than get it all mounted up in advance like I normally would do, I would show you how the stamps come to you from Stampin' Up. If you've never bought them from us before, they come beautifully packaged. I love this way of packaging things. I just think this is just genius. So simple, but it's so effective. And you get the whole sheet of rubber, just like that. And when you open it up, you have the protective material on the back, and you also get the sheet of labels to index with. Now, quite a lot of people actually don't index the stamps because they find that they cling a little bit better without this material on the back of them. Now, that is entirely up to you. For the sake of speed today, I'm not going to do it, but what you would do if you want to index your stamps is you would put them, let's find the one that I'm going to use, which is going to be, I think it was From All of Us. So we'll find that one. Now I have to read backwards, which is not that easy. So it's backwards and upside down. There it is, From All of Us. Okay, so what you would do, you would find the corresponding greeting on this side, and you would apply it to the back of that. Now, it's entirely up to you whether you want to do that or not, or whether you just want to do as I'm doing today, which is just to take off the protective backing and apply it to your clear block. Now, if you do choose to put the indexing on, which sometimes I do, you will find that you need to keep these blocks absolutely spotlessly clean. The other thing that you can do is to apply a bit of two-way glue to the back of your stamp and let it dry so that it becomes repositionable, and then that will help it cling to your block. But today I'm not expecting, actually, that could be a little bit further that way, I'm not expecting any problems with that clinging. Says she very bravely, that's not coming off. Okay, now then, I'm going to be doing some embossing today, and I'm going to be using Versamark. So I've got my embossing buddy, and I'm covering my vellum all over. Now, vellum shows every mark. Alright, so do that first, because otherwise it will show everything. And got my Versamark ink, which I was trying to open like a Stampin' Up like a Stampin' Up ink pad, wondering why it wasn't working, because it doesn't work the same way. So light tapping, very light tapping, because the Versamark pad is a sponge pad. And there's a bit of a little mark on that one, so I'm going to turn that over. I'm going to stamp here, and I am going to hold that down and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And now I've got my silver embossing powder, which I've decanted into this little container. There goes my husband's mobile phone again. Okay. So I bring in my heating pad, my very high-tech heating pad, and my heat gun. And I'm just going to hold that down with the corner of my spoon. There's my silver message. I'm going to bring in my stamping trimmer, and I am just going to position that to make sure that I've got all of it on there bravely slice. And yeah, so the glue has now had time to set, and here's my banner which I've made. And I was thinking when I was planning this of making it in that orientation, but actually now come to look at it, I think it would look quite nicely going that way around. So that's what I'm actually going to do. So I'm going to adhere my my sentiment banner with a couple of glue dots, because anything that you put on vellum is going to show. So I'm going to put the glue dots behind the actual embossing so that it'll cover it up a little bit, and nobody will know. And I'm also using it as a teeny tiny little mark on that card, which normally I wouldn't bother about, but when you're doing white on white, it is so important that, you know, it's pristine, because otherwise everything shows and it just looks messy. And I don't know whether you can hear the coughing in the background. That in fact is my husband, and it has been like it's been like the last act of La Boheme in our house this week. It's been terrible. Okay, so I have my little glimmer paper flowers, also cut from the Botanical Builders set, because I just went mad with the Botanical Builders set because I just love it so much. And we're just going to put a few of these on to the front of the card. So put that one there, and that one there, and one more. Three tries for a Welsh woman, as they say. Now where do I want to put that? I want that there, down there I think. This is designing on the hoof. And I think that's it. Actually, nope. Just going to reposition that one ever so slightly. And there it is. And there it is finished. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and if so, then please do leave me a comment, give me a like, think about subscribing to the channel. I will be posting more soon. If you want to find out more, then by all means do visit my blog or my Facebook page, or even shop with me at my online shop. Details are underneath this video. But for now, I do thank you very, very much for joining me, and I hope that I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.